The Denver Nuggets are an NBA dynasty, and I feel like that is a consensus agreement at this point that we can make. This team, even with the Suns, even with the Clippers, teams like that loading up in the Western Conference, I don't think they have enough to beat Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and the Denver Nuggets. And I'm going to tell you why in today's video. They went out, they reloaded in the draft. They bring in Julian Strawther, they bring in Jalen Pickett, they bring in Hunter Tyson, all in efforts to replace guys like Bruce Brown and Jeff Green, who they lost off their bench. But we will talk about it. They do have some decent depth returning. So we're going to be looking at why I think the Denver Nuggets should be the favorites to win another NBA championship next year. So make sure you stick around for the full video, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below. Also, make sure you're subscribed. There's about 3% of my audience is subscribed. So if you're not one of the 3%, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and become one of that 3%. And, it'll make you feel a little better. So we're going to start off with the first reason why, and I think it is because Michael Porter Jr. is going to have an even bigger breakout season than he had last year. He's still very young, and he really, if you think about it, just completed his third full season. He's had a couple of very, very injury-plagued seasons, didn't even play his first year in the league. But he averaged 17.4 points, 5.5 rebounds, and about an assist per game. You're always taking the under there. This was as the fourth option, or third option on this Nuggets team, sometimes fourth option. But he was so efficient, and at 6'11", you can't really look past him and not think, God, this guy's got superstar written all over him. Wouldn't be shocked if he takes a huge leap next year. Now let's take a look at their great draft that they had. They bring in Julian Strawther, who stands about 6'7", 205 pounds, and they need wings to replace Bruce Brown off the bench and what he was able to do. You're not going to be able to bring in one guy in the draft and he can immediately replace Bruce Brown. You need multiple. That's what they did. They went out, they got a couple more picks. He's a good 3-and-D guy, a good wing that can come in from Gonzaga. 15 points per game, 6 rebounds, 46% from the field, 41% from 3. He's looked decent so far in the Summer League, but again, late round rookie. You're hoping he can give you some value off the bench this year, but that is still yet to be determined. Then you got Hunter Tyson, another 3-and-D wing. Both of these guys have had a couple of solid performances so far, but Hunter Tyson stands at 6'8", 215 pounds. He is a load coming through the paint. A big dude, 15.3 points and 9.6 rebounds per game this year. At Clemson, where he almost led the Tigers to the NCAA tournament. They definitely should have made that. But he was elite All-ACC type player, 48% from the field, 41% from 3. Just look at how efficient these guys that they've drafted are. Most of them 4-year guys that can really shoot it, can play a little defense. Not too sure about Hunter Tyson's defensive abilities, but he's 6'8", 215. So that's got to help a little bit. Julian Strawther, big, 6'7", good 3-and-D wing, like I said. And then Jalen Pickett, the best shooter in this class, although, maybe you can make the argument for Julian Strawther there, but he stands at about 6'4", 200 pounds, so he can play the combo guard spot. Really, everybody's got to be a combo guard at this point unless you're under 6'1". Jalen Pickett averaged about 17.7 points per game, 7.4 rebounds, and 6.7 assists per game last year while at Penn State University, leading the Nittany Lions to one of their better seasons in the last 20 or 30 years. 51% from the field, 38% from 3, and 1 steal. And again, they made it all the way to the NCAA tournament. And if my memory is correct, I believe they beat Texas A&M in the first round. So a big time win there. Now, I wish they would have gone out and gotten Andre Jackson Jr. That would have just been perfect. You talk about a guy that can really play defense, can really facilitate off the bench, can score a little bit when he needs to. But I believe he ended up going to Milwaukee. So Milwaukee having a very nice offseason, bringing in Marjon Beauchamp, now bringing in Andre Jackson Jr. A couple of really, really nice draft picks for them. But now let's get back to the order of business here of today's video, which is talking about the depth of the Denver Nuggets. So we just talked about all the rookies that they've brought in for about 3 minutes there, a good portion of the video. So we're not going to go back over them. But, I expect Strawther to be getting rotational minutes. The other two, I'm not sure. Maybe G League. Maybe, in the dog days of the season when some of the vets are taking some games off, they can have their time to shine. But this is really who I'm looking to pick up the slack. Thomas Bryant actually left, so he was going to be a key piece for this Nuggets team next year. Now, instead of Thomas Bryant there, you may think like an Ismail Kamagate type. If he does come over, Peyton Watson, I'm really looking forward to seeing how well he does. Vladko Konchar, I believe is how you pronounce it. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But he's a guy, he got some rotation minutes last year. Maybe he can have an increased role this year. And then Christian Braun is going to be the sixth man this year for this Nuggets team. He played very well in the playoffs, and I expect him to continue that, that elite play in the regular season. Now, we're taking a look at their draft picks here. They have most of their picks. They don't have their 2025 or 2027 first rounders. Other than that, they can give up a bunch of pick swaps. If they want to go out, get them a nice, bench player for cheap. You can send over a couple of pick swaps. I don't really want to mortgage my future from the Nuggets, but, you can send over like a 2026 and a 2028 pick swap because of what we're about to look at here. And the reason that I'm calling this team a future dynasty, they have everybody locked up. Now, Bruce Brown's gone. Jeff Green's gone. Well, we've talked about that. Christian Braun is under team control until 2026. Peyton Watson until 2026. All your rookies this year are under team control till probably 2027. DeAndre Jordan's back. Don't expect him to make a big impact. But Jokic locked up till 2028. MPJ locked up till 2027. Murray will need an extension after the 2025 year. Aaron Gordon locked up for a long time on a very, very team-friendly deal for what he can do. I'm loving the cap situation for the Denver Nuggets right now. And then you look at this lineup. I mean, this is the team that just went out and won a finals. Nobody really even came close to them. Jamal Murray was on a different level. The fact that he's an 84 overall, if that's true, the fact that he's an 84 overall in the next 2K is it's insane. Like, it's preposterous. That's a pretty big word right there. But if he is an 84 overall, that is insane. He deserves to be at least a 90, in my opinion. KCP, MPJ, who, like I said, should be making a big-time leap this year. I'm fully expecting that, counting on it. And then Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic. That is the squad that, we're looking at right here. That's the top 5 guys, and that's the best starting lineup in the league, in my opinion. Yes, I'm taking them over the Phoenix Suns. And then looking at the bench, like I said, Thomas Bryant was here, but now it's looking like it's going to be Ismail Kamagate, Reggie Jackson at the backup 1 potentially. Maybe you go out, like I said, backup 1, that would be a big spot to go get. Maybe if the Celtics are looking to move Brogdon, you can go out and get Brogdon. That'd be a huge get for this team. I don't even know. You don't even really have anything you can trade for Brogdon though. But that's the bench. It's a little shaky. And then, like we've been talking about, the 3 rookies, I really like their draft class. I really do. The only thing that could have made it better was getting like Andre Jackson Jr. But you talk about late round value, they got it. Really, it's just going to be the bench is going to be the Achilles heel of this team because we know how good that starting 5 is. And when it comes down to it, you're really playing that starting 5 for the majority of the game. However, having a Bruce Brown as your 6th starter off the bench, that really helped them out. Now, I'm not saying that Christian Braun can't take a huge leap this year, but I'm very, very excited to see how this plays out because I think the only way that, like the Clippers, the Suns, teams like that, I think the only way they beat the Nuggets is because of their depth. The starting 5 for the Denver Nuggets is, at least in my opinion, it's pretty much unbeatable right now. Y'all let me know if y'all have a different opinion on that, but yeah, I got this Nuggets team. I got them winning another championship next year. Like I said, y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Make sure to hit the like button. Let's try to get like 200 likes on today's video. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy today's video at any point. We're posting NBA content all summer and then into the season. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.